Hi everyone, my name's Chloe Gagne, and for my statistician project, I did Gladys H. Reynolds. So Gladys H. Reynolds, this is her on the right. She was a statistician, and she actually paved the way for not only women in the field of statistics, but also for the study of sexually transmitted diseases. Most of her work was completed in the late 1900s and the early 2000s. So her education, she started her undergrad at Yankton College in South Dakota, and she majored in history, political science, math, and education. She didn't really know what she wanted to do after undergrad, and a teacher kind of said, "Oh, why don't you apply to graduate school for statistics?" And she ended up going to Virginia Polytechnic Institute. During grad school, she received a National Institutes of Health Fellowship, so NIH, in graduate school to pursue some of her research, and then she actually ended up going right to the CDC. After some time at the CDC, she completed her PhD at Emory University, and she majored in biometry and minored in biostatistics. While she was in school for her PhD, she received another NIH fellowship for her dissertation study, and that was focused on a control model of gonorrhea. So her career, right after graduate school, she started working for the Center for Disease Control. She was there for 41 years, and while she was there, she was a statistician, an epidemic intelligence officer. She became a unit chief for the statistics branch, so specifically the Evaluation and Statistical Services branch, and then the Office of Minority Health branch. She also was a chair for several different committees. Some of them include the Tribal Consultation Policy Work Group and the Tribal Colleges and Universities Work Group for the CDC. She also was the president of the Association of Executive Women, and then she also was a chair on the Affirmative Action Committee. Gladys H. Reynolds, she was very passionate about statistics, but she was also very passionate about advocating for minorities in the workforce. So she went to teach at Emory University in the biometry department during her PhD, and then she also has been the author of many journal articles. So her research, she mainly focused on creating mathematical models for sexually transmitted diseases. Specifically, she created a simulation model and different time series models for STDs, and this has now allowed researchers today to find clarity between the connections of risk factors, prevalence, and incidence of diseases and their control models. Also, while she was on the Committee for Executive Women, she created a model and the Affirmative Action Committee. She created a model to see what is the percent of positions that need to be filled by each race and sex combination in order to decrease gender and race inequality in the workplace and make it more fair. Some of her accomplishments, she received many, many different awards. Some of them, these are just some, but first, she was granted the 2 NIH fellowships during her education. In 1986, she received the CDC Award for Contributions of the Achievement of Women. In 1989, she received the Women in Science and Engineering Lifetime Achievement Award. In 1999, she received the ASA Founders Award, and then in 2004, she received the Elizabeth L. Scott Award. And then she ended up retiring from the CDC in 2007. So the important facts that I really enjoyed learning about Gladys H. Reynolds was that she was really the first to achieve many different titles and accomplishments in the field of statistics, not only being the first woman, but just the first statistician in general. So some of the examples, there are more, but some include that she was the first woman to receive a special NIH research fellowship. She was the first woman and statistician appointed to the head of the statistics branch at the CDC. And then she was one of the first statisticians to apply mathematical modeling to sexually transmitted diseases, opened a huge door for health. And then she also served as the Epidemic Intelligence Service Officer and a supervisory public health advisor at the CDC, and she was the only woman to have held both of those positions as of 2007. So this is my works cited. I really enjoyed learning about her, and I hope you did too.